Hello everyone and welcome to my Coronation Street 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Why Kathy Hilton would never join RHOBH full-time. Kathy Hilton is perfectly happy in her role as friend of the housewives on RHOBH. On the July 23 episode of the Call Her Daddy podcast, Hilton explained why she'd never join the show as a full-time cast member. "I would no way be able to devote the time," she said. Hilton, mom of Paris and Nikki, and big sister of Kim and Kyle Richards, enjoys being on the show, but only in a part-time capacity. "I love the job I have," she shared. "I really have a good time with all the girls. It's like a little girls' club." The Real Housewives is known for its high levels of drama, and Hilton prefers to stay out of that part. "You know, when I'm there, I try to have the parties and the fun," she said. "But if she does get roped into the drama, let me tell you something, if little hunky-dory gets pushed," she quipped. "But I don't want to get pushed," Hilton continued, "and I try my hardest just to keep the peace." Kathy Hilton's tagline. Although only main cast members get to open the show with their taglines, Hilton came up with a really good one for herself. "I may be the hostess with the mostest, but I don't serve drama. Only diamonds and caviar," she said to the delight of host Alex Cooper. Hilton joked that she'd say the line but look less than graceful doing so. "I would be spinning and falling in high heels." Hilton also spoke about doing the show even though her daughters didn't want her to. According to Hilton, she wanted to participate as a way to be closer to her youngest sister, Kyle Richards, an OG of RHOBH. And for the most part, it worked. "We were like little girls again and having fun and laughing. I pulled some pranks on her," Hilton said. Kathy Hilton's busy life. Hilton explained that when Kyle joined RHOBH, she could see how much work it entailed. "She works very hard. It's a lot of work as a housewife. The responsibility was more than Hilton had the bandwidth for. I have my husband, I have my children, my grandchildren, I have other businesses. She also has a very fun hobby. I'm a toy collector," Hilton revealed. "Dolls, teddy bears, soldiers. I mean, everything you could think of." And her latest obsession, the plush toy monster and handbag accessory Labubu. "I was going to bring you a Labubu," Hilton told Cooper during their conversation, adding that she planned to dress it up and give it some jewelry, but doing so would have made her late for the interview. It's no wonder fans want Hilton on RHOBH all the time. There's a certain glitter that only Kathy Hilton brings when she enters a room, a subtle mix of old money poise, Beverly Hills grandeur, and the sort of whimsical charm that makes her compare caviar to fancy dip. But for all the fanfare and Bravo buzz surrounding her friend of appearances on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, there's one thing that seems as firm as the diamonds in her vault. Kathy Hilton will never join RHOBH full-time. And darling, the reasons are as layered as one of her Parisian soirees. 1. She's already the queen of the castle. Let's be clear, Kathy Hilton doesn't need a diamond to feel validated. She's not climbing the social ladder, she is the ladder. Unlike many of her castmates who leverage RHOBH for fame, fashion lines, or podcast deals, Kathy has long since secured her legacy. She's the matriarch of the Hilton dynasty, a mother to socialite royalty, and a woman whose holiday parties boast more A-listers than the Met Gala. What could a full-time role offer her that she doesn't already have? Kathy doesn't need to hold a diamond. She owns the jewelry store. 2. She plays by her own rules. When Kathy shows up to a cast trip with a humidifier, a box fan, slippers, and 3 silk kaftans, it's not a shtick. That's genuinely who she is. Whether she's asking production for some munchies or confusing Garcelle for her butler, yikes, Kathy brings unrehearsed comedy gold. But the key? She's doing it on her terms. As a friend of, Kathy can dip in and out, avoid reunions if she pleases, and bow out before things get too toxic. A full-time contract. That means mandatory filming schedules, reunion grilling, and gasp, opening up every inch of her private life. Kathy's not about that life. She's here for the caviar. The sister situation is fragile at best. Let's address the rhinestone elephant in the room, the Richards sisters. Kathy's relationship with Kyle Richards has had more ups and downs than a roller coaster at Disneyland. And while the show has brought them together in moments of teary reconciliation, it's also pulled them apart in ways that feel both deeply personal and publicly messy. The truth is, the more cameras that capture Kathy and Kyle's dynamic, the higher the emotional stakes become. Kathy may enjoy a good laugh and a fun dinner scene, but dredging up old family wounds on national TV, that's not something she's willing to sign up for. Especially not as a full-time diamond holder, where the pressure to reveal all becomes inescapable. After all, nothing says family drama like being accused of trashing your own sister in Aspen to the hot mic nearby. 4. Kathy hates confrontation, unless it's in her terms. Kathy Hilton's signature move isn't a table flip or a screaming match. It's disappearing into a spritz of Casablanca perfume and ghosting the girls when things get too heated. During season 12, when the fallout from the Aspen trip became Bravo legend, Kathy simply didn't show up to scenes she didn't want to film. Could you imagine Lisa Rinna or Erika Jayne skipping a confrontation? Never. But Kathy Hilton is not built for drama in that way. She doesn't need to yell to be powerful. She can freeze someone out with one polite nod and a barely perceptible smirk. Joining full-time would mean more dinners where people shout across the table, more group trips with heavy emotions, and more time spent battling narratives. Kathy would rather slip out the back and go home to her foot massager in slippers. 5. She protects her privacy like it's Fort Knox. Kathy has always been enigmatic. Despite being born into fame and raising two of the most famous daughters in pop culture, she has managed to keep much of her world under wraps. Viewers never really see her husband, Rick Hilton. Her sprawling mansion is only partially revealed. Her daily life is a mystery. That mystique is part of what makes her so entertaining to watch. But a full-time role requires transparency. She'd be expected to show more of her marriage, her friendships outside the cast, her day-to-day routines. And Kathy Hilton is not about to let Bravo into the deeper crevices of her life. She'll show you a few candlelit dinners and her butler Patrick, but the rest is strictly off-limits. 6. She knows her value, and it's high. Let's not forget, Kathy Hilton reportedly negotiated her friend of salary to levels unheard of for that role. She knows that her presence draws ratings, TikToks, memes, and press. Kathy has always known her worth, and she's not going to sign a full-time contract for the same coins as her castmates, especially if it comes with extra drama and exposure. By staying part-time, she maintains her leverage. She can float in like a channel-scented breeze, steal a scene or two, and disappear again before things get messy. It's brilliance, really, a masterclass in reality TV guest starring. 7. She likes being the unexpected sparkle. Kathy's charm lies in the unexpected. One minute she's asking what channel RHOBH airs on, and the next she's dragging the cast with shady one-liners over tequila and baked potatoes. She doesn't try to be the star, she just is. And that's the magic of Kathy Hilton. If she were full-time, fans might expect her to deliver constantly, and that pressure could chip away at her authenticity. Kathy Hilton as a surprise ingredient is delightful. Kathy Hilton as the main course? It might be too rich, even for Beverly Hills. In conclusion, Kathy Hilton will never join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills full-time, not because she couldn't, but because she doesn't need to. She's mastered the art of being just visible enough to make an impact, while keeping her dignity, privacy, and slippers intact. For Kathy, the real diamond is control, and she's not about to give it away for a bigger title on a Bravo chai run.